Piloting the affairs of a great state like Lagos requires proactiveness, doggedness, and determination to deliver the dividends of democracy to Lagosians. And so let's share with you recent official engagements of Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, from the governor's office. First, a major high point of the day 2 of the recently organized Enyigbeti Summit in Lagos was the signing of the Sovereign Wealth Fund and other strategic developmental documents by the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The governor described the Sovereign Wealth Fund as first of its kind in Africa.
This will be the very first subnational Sovereign Wealth Fund in Africa. You'll be the very first in our country, and your state, your city is taking an audacious, bold step with this announcement. This is important for us. I would say that we haven't gotten the full sign-off of the House of Assembly, right, but they are aware that we're doing this signing today so that proper laws are now passed to make sure that this wealth fund can indeed outlive us, to ensure that we can safeguard the future finances of Lagos. Lagos can continue to be resilient as a government, and in the event of anything, it can absorb shocks. It has reserves for which it will be planning for the future, and it's still part of the future development of Lagos that we're talking about. So indeed, it's my honor and a pleasure that I sign this. Is addressed to the Right Honorable Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. It's a pleasure to forward to you this Lagos State Wealth Fund Bill 2022 and the Lagos State Administration of Justice Bill 2022 for consideration by the Lagos State House of Assembly.
In his closing remark, Mr. Governor submitted that the outcome of the summit reflects the audacity of hope for the city of Lagos.
In the last 2 days, what the summit has shown to us is the audacity, which was the words that all the youths that I had the privilege to have led and moderated yesterday, what they all said about Lagos, their explanation and their expectations of Lagos. That indeed, Lagos is about the audacity of hope. It's about ensuring that each time you fall, you must get up again. It's about ensuring that there are no cheap or there are no cut corners. It's about ensuring that you can roll off your sleeves and get to work. It's about ensuring that you can continue to provide services for the over 24, 25 million citizens that are living in this great city. But it's really about their tomorrow. It's about the capacity of this government to be able to envision a 30-year document that has indeed been very inclusive and very engaging with all stakeholders being carried along. And to say that we want to be part of our own future, we want to hold our own destiny to our hands. We want to have a document that will continue to guide us. And it's a living document that will always speak to the challenges at different times. A document that recognizes that it sits on 4 pillars, that has 20 strategies that will continue to push it. And a document that I believe that prosperity will indeed judge all of us.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, recently warmly received the Chairman and Board of Trustees of the Nigerian Media Merit Award, NMMA, Dr. Aruno Adamu, and key members who paid him a courtesy visit and to equally intimate him of the forthcoming NMMA 30th year anniversary celebration with a theme projecting Lagos as center of excellence beyond Africa. The governor, in his remark, commended the NMMA chairman and the directors for choosing Lagos as the hosting state of the event, promising to give all the necessary support to make the event a success.
I see the media profession as one of the real engines of growth. I see them as a real barometer that gauges the mood of a nation and help to stabilize the polity of any sovereign nation. And I'm sure Nigeria is no exception. And so if people have donated their time, their intellect to seemingly be voice for the voiceless. I think it's proper and apt that such people should be recognized and be encouraged to continue to do that. Work of media is very close to the work of teacher. Those days they say a teacher's reward is in heaven. Now they want to collect it on earth, But I'm sure also the same thing, the media, that sometimes people don't appreciate them. Bodies like this are proper to recognize and to appreciate the work that these men, because there are no women in media, the work that these men put to it. And I'm happy that you've been able to explain to us that over the years, Lagos and its citizens, and its businesses have played a major role. And so we feel highly honored. We feel highly encouraged that a landmark celebration like the 30th anniversary will be taking place in Lagos. I know too well that there might be one or two states that are also craving for it, but you've done the proper thing. Events like this must come back to its base, and Lagos is its base. And so we will not shy away from ensuring that we can support, that is proper. So on behalf of my entire team, we want to congratulate you for continuing to hold, the space high, for continuing to ensure that you're identifying and encouraging men that have kept the profession and given the profession the sanctity of what it is.
In fulfillment of the Lagos State Governor's promise to build a Peace Park of Unity came to fruition with the commissioning of the Peace Park in Lagos by the Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu. In his speech, he noted the significant relevance of the Peace Park to the youths.
It's not an event that is simple. It's an event that is significant, and it's significant for several reasons. I want us to see this event as a clarion call that you have a government that listens. You have a government that is truly passionate about what you want, what you desire, what you ask for, and what will also benefit each and every one of us. When we make the promise a year ago that we're going to build a peace park, a second to none, a place that will bring all of us together, a place that will explain further the unity, the diversity, and the commonality, the sense of equity that we have as a state and as a people. People never believed us. They thought it was also another talk shop. In less than a year, we're here to hand over this additional facility to you. We see it as another clarion call that when we say something, we truly mean it, and we do it. We action it no matter what the obstacles are. We action it no matter what the inconveniences are. And what have we done? We're handing it over to our entire citizens, but to our youths, who will see this place not only as a source of convergence, they will see it as a source of unity. They will see it as a means of identifying with each and every one of them. They see it as a place where their aspiration, their yearnings, their expression can indeed be upheld and can be listened to.
The Lagos State Governor was the guest speaker at the 64th birthday lecture of a renowned journalist, author, lawyer, and activist, Richard Akinola, recently in Lagos. The governor who spoke on the theme of the lecture, Youths and the Sustenance of Democracy, Issues and Challenges, harped on the need to ensure total inclusiveness of the youths in the socio-political sphere of the country to give them that relevance they deserve in the scheme of things.
It's no sheer coincidence that Nigeria is the largest, biggest black nation in the entire face of the world. And Lagos also carry that burden as being the largest city in the whole of Africa. The largest place where we have the congregation of black, white, whatever it is in sub-Saharan and in whole Africa, in the entire world. And we continue to shift and adjust ourselves. We continue to look for ways in which we need to accommodate ourselves. In our low space, the youth occupy a decent, a measurable, and an outstanding percentage in that whole congregation. I looked at the issues that are facing our youth today, and these issues are not exhaustive in itself. I looked at how well have we done on youth engagement.
How well as leaders have we provided an opportunity for our youth to continue to engage them? To not assume that indeed we have an idea of what the issues are. To not assume that we have an idea of what the problem is. As leaders, I believe we can do a lot better at youth engagement. I believe we can do a lot better in youth participation. To engage is one. To truly, really, really participate, it's another thing. We have to be intentional, to be deliberate, to be strategic, to ensure that they can indeed participate and be inclusive in our programs and in all the things that we want to do. Because one of the things that we've seen is that inclusiveness is never part of it. We might say and talk that indeed, yes, we've engaged them, we've included them, they've participated, but are they inclusive? Are there programs that indeed meet the yearnings, the aspiration, the future that they see that we might not? Because looking at the faces that are here, right, 40 years ago, I probably didn't have this opportunity. 30 years ago, I probably didn't have this opportunity. But I need to be able to create those opportunities for you because the numbers shows that indeed, at some point in time, we will not be there again, and it is you.
The Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, was highly elated and impressed with the theme of this year's Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials Council Conference, tagged Spring Forth Standout. While describing the strategic relevance of the theme to national development, he challenged council members to be more proactive, engaging, and supportive.
You can see that this year's edition, which is tagged Spring Forth Standouts, is a clarion call for our women to reinvent themselves, to face a new normal that we find in ourselves today. And I think the men too can borrow from you. Because indeed, we all need to spring forth. We all need to stand out. And so you have chosen an apt and a proper team for this year's conference. We're not going to let you alone to stand forth or to spring forth and stand out. The men too want to spring forth and want to stand out. We want you to stand as a joint partner with us. We don't want you behind us. We want you because we're co-travelers on this journey. We're co-journers on this journey. We're at the same coin, we're just on different sides of the coin. And we'll continue to acknowledge you. We'll continue to appreciate you. We'll continue to say that indeed, because of you, that's why our existence continues to be. I know that our women have risen to this occasion, but more is required of you. Last year, your team was Awake, which called on you to the realization of your strength and capability as pillars in our homes, in our society, and in our communities. And we'll continue to use you as an achiever and as a resource for us to have greater heights. This year, you are being called to emerge into a bigger and to a better vision, not only for yourselves, not only for your family, but indeed for the nation. We want you to break new barriers. We want you to push your frontiers. We want you to set new heights and new targets for yourself. We want you to set new targets for yourselves. And we believe that indeed you can achieve these things. Apart from the opportunity created by this platform for women across our nation to network, gain and share experiences and knowledge, while also preferring solutions to issues that concerns women development, to issues that concerns national development, to issues that concerns community development. Particularly this conference, we believe, will create that vision and that genuine concerns for which all of us will be able to tap from.
In the spirit of solidarity, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, alongside his Southwest Governor's counterpart, was in attendance of the swearing-in ceremony of the newly elected Ekiti State Governor, His Excellency Biodun Oyebanji, in Ekiti State. And finally, from the Governor's office, in furtherance of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu government to improve the quality of education in Lagos State, the Governor commissioned new infrastructural projects in junior and senior secondary schools across the 6 educational districts. Recently in Lagos, proudly articulated by the Special Committee on Rehabilitation of Public Schools. In his speech, he noted the strategic importance of the commissioning and the long-term benefits.
We're gathered here today for yet another very, very special and important ceremony. the commissioning of new infrastructure projects in 15 of our junior and senior secondary schools across the 6 educational districts in Lagos State. In addition, we're also using these events to unveil a compendium detailing all of the infrastructure interventions in our public schools that we've experienced since November, when SCRIPT was set up in 2019. From the start, our commitment to education at all levels in Lagos State has been in no doubt. Education and technology are one of the cardinal points under our team's agenda. And as you know, investing in education is one of the most important investments any society or any government that known its worth can make to secure the future and the future of the leaders that we all see at the back of the road today.
Well, those are some of the activities and official engagements of Mr. Governor in recent times from the governor's office. The City of Lagos TV show will continue in a moment. Stay tuned.